make some progress?
Yeah, we fixed the vibrations in Miami, so that was good. We finished the race. Both cars got to the checkered flag for the first time this season, which I think is a step forward. And now we just need to find a lot more downforce and power. So when we do that, we'll, I think, be in better shape. So that's what we're focused on.
Have you been given a time scale by the team as to when you can expect more downforce, more power?
We have a upgrade for Spa, or the one after Spa. I don't know which one is Zandvoort. Yeah, is it going to be enough to fight for the front? No, but yeah, these things don't happen overnight. So everyone's pushing as hard as possible, and we're doing everything we can to bring as much lap time to the car as quickly as we can.
Final one from me, Lance. You raced a GT3 car recently. Max Verstappen did the same Nürburgring 24 hours last weekend. What did you make of what he got up to at the Nürburgring?
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole 24 hours, but I saw some highlights, and, for sure hats off. He's so talented and so fast and so brave. I saw he was, making some crazy moves in the middle of the night, and was super quick behind the wheel whenever he was behind the wheel. So, yeah, it's fun. I think when we have breaks, I have a GT3 car for track days and stuff when we're just for fun. And when we had that 6 weeks off, I got some friends together, put the car in the race, and we got out there and had some fun. So it's always cool driving different things, and yeah, he was good. It was fun to watch.
Lance, thank you for that. Best of luck this weekend. Lewis, coming to you. When you hear stories of Lance racing a GT3, Max doing his GT3 stuff, does it whet your appetite? Does it make you want to go and have a go as well?
Not particularly, no. No, there's definitely a part of me. I love the Nordschleife, so I would love to drive a car around there at some stage. And the racing looks fantastic. So, but I don't know. Could do. Don't need to.
Well, let's bring it on to this weekend. 7 wins here in Montreal, including the very first of your 105 victories. Just how special is it to be back at a track where you've had so much success?
It's always one of my favorite places to come in the season. Hi everyone, it's good to see everybody here. It's the weather's fantastic today. I landed this morning, and my mum's coming this weekend because it's just the atmosphere in this city is electric, and then just to come to this little tiny island and have such an iconic weekend where the fans are probably the closest that they get through the year, and the track is just it's one of the best tracks in the world. So and yeah, obviously had some great races here in the past, so excited for this weekend.
What can we expect from you and Ferrari then this weekend?
I think hopefully a better weekend. I think there's a lot of learnings taken from the first races, and particularly from the last race. I think there's been a huge amount of work, which I'm really grateful for. All the team back at the factory are working incredibly hard to try and analyze where we've been good, where we've not been so good, and we've adjusted processes and approach, and so I'm hoping that we're able to extract more from the car, because I still think we're still trying to extract the most from the package that we have, and then also just being realistic of where we stand currently compared to Mercedes, for example. But lots can happen, so it's just about trying to extract the most from the car this weekend.
Where do you think you do stand in the pecking order with the upgrades that you brought to Miami last time out?
It probably adjusts each weekend. Obviously, Mercedes are at the top. McLaren looked incredibly strong last race as well. They took a good step, and obviously Red Bull have made a huge step. So I think we're kind of in and around McLaren and Red Bull, I would say. Which order there it is, we'll see. But and I know obviously Mercedes have a big upgrade this weekend, so Even without an upgrade, they were very quick in the last race, or still won the last race. So our focus is just going to be on ourselves and just trying to optimize. And for me, I'm really excited to hopefully have a better weekend.
Thank you for that, Lewis. Best of luck. And Valtteri, let's come to you. The lap record holder in Montreal, no less. How much do you relish the challenge of the circuit Gilles-Villeneuve?
It's fun. Like both drivers here covered, it's one of the most fun tracks on the calendar. Really technical, makes good racing. So it's definitely a challenge, and especially now with just one practice, the track is always really green. So the evolution is pretty big. But yeah, I like it.
Now, the team introduced a big upgrade last time out in Miami. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? In what areas you felt the car had improved?
Yeah, it's definitely more aero-focused upgrade that we had. We've been lacking quite a bit of stability of the rear end of the car in high speed, so that definitely improved. But in Miami, there was only like 1 or 2 high-speed corners. Here, none. But yeah, we're making progress behind the scenes. And again, this weekend we've got some new aero bits, some mechanical upgrades as well. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in the background.
So where do you see your battles this weekend with all of the upgrades that you just mentioned?
You know, I think everyone is improving. Like everyone is making steps, but we need to try and make sure that we make bigger steps. You know, for sure we're still battling Aston. Hopefully we can see that we're a bit closer to the midfield than we see as we go.
All right. Valtteri, thank you. Best of luck to you. Let's now open this to the floor. We will start with the broadcasters as normal, and David Croft.
Yeah. Thanks ever so much, Tom. David Croft, Sky Sports F1. A question for Lewis to start off with. Hope you've had a good couple of weeks. Congratulations to Arsenal for winning the Premier League title. I don't know what you've been doing in the last couple of weeks, but when you went back to Maranello, did you go in the sim? Did you do any sim work? And if not, why the change in approach? What is it about the sim work that you think, don't need that? I could actually be better off without doing that before I prepare for a race?
No, I didn't use a sim. Firstly, the sim is amazing. It's an amazing space to work in. It's the best sim I've ever seen. And the best group of people that I've, so a large team of people that I get to work with there, and so a day at the sim is actually pretty incredible. It is a very, very powerful tool, and something that as a team we continue to evolve. I think since I've been there, I've had a lot of input in some of its evolution, and they've been really respondent and made loads of changes, and we've just been improving it. With simulation, I feel that the goalpost is always moving. So I started driving the simulator in 1997, the first simulator, I would say, at McLaren. The cockpit didn't move, but we had force feedback in the steering, and I remember it was working at McLaren's old factory, and then when it moved to like the first real gen, they let me sometimes use it when I was in GP2, and then McLaren, we used it relatively often. Didn't, again, particularly enjoy it, but because they were kind of long days and a lot of laps. There's a point at which you don't stop. You stop learning when you're doing so many laps. For me personally, and then when I joined Mercedes, they were quite far off with the sim at the time. I didn't use it in all the championships that we won. Barely used the simulator. Very, very rarely. And then it was 2020, maybe 2021, started to use it a little bit more. I think there's only ever been really one time through all the years that I've used the sim, in these 20 years, that the setup that I had on the sim was the exact setup I used in qualifying and qualified pole. And that was Singapore, I think it was Singapore 2012 maybe? I think something like that. So then all the other times, it's not quite perfect, but it is, as I said, it is a powerful tool. I just think since the last year I used it every week, and more often than not I felt, you do all the work on the sim and you get to the track, you find a setup that you're comfortable with, you get to the track, and everything's opposite. So then you're undoing the things you've learned, some of the ways you've approached the corners. You have to shift and adjust, set up that you felt that was good on the simulator is not the same at the track sometimes. Sometimes it is. And so it's kind of hit and miss. So I just decided for this one, I'm just going to sit it out and focus more on the data. So there was just a lot of deep diving on, through corner balance, mechanical balance, corner approaches, brake balance, optimizing the brakes, which have been a problem for me for some time. And that's led to like really good integration with my engineers. So it's not a tool that I'm saying I'm never going to use again. I think it's something that for sure we'll continue to utilize, particularly on power deployment. Yeah. So most often what I'd done for the last 6 months, you'd go in after the weekend and you'd work on correlation. And so that when we run it again, but then you go to the next track and it's slightly off sometimes. And so we'll see how the weekend goes. But China, for example, I didn't do the sim for China, and it was my best weekend.
Thank you, Lewis. Next one.
Craig Slater from Sky. It's another one for Lewis. I wonder if you could, Crofty mentioned Arsenal, whether you could share some of the emotions of Arsenal winning the league. It's been a long time and you've been a long fan. And if I could relate it to F1, Mikel Arteta's been given some time and they've had that continuity at Arsenal. Are you hopeful that you can have the same at Ferrari given time? And it seems like a settled outfit that you have too.
I think for everyone, very emotional. I shed a tear, to be honest, because I remember I was 5 years old, and I used to play in the local Stevenage and Petrie Way. Used to play around the corner football with friends, and I was the only black kid in the area, and out of the people that I was playing with, and I remember trying to fit in, and all of them sported different, West Ham and Tottenham and Manchester. So I was bouncing between all these when I was 4 or 5 years old, depending on who I was with. And my sister, I remember exactly I messaged her the other day, she was walking me home, and she asked me what team I supported, and she gave me a dead arm back then. She gave me a little dig in my arm and said, you have to support Arsenal. So we had a laugh yesterday about it. But and then we've had so many close moments, and to finally get it, it was wow. A lot of emotion came up for me, and as I'm sure for so many people, I'm just so happy and proud of the team. And obviously Arsenal was great. I think the direction they've gone in the past couple of years has been just fantastic. So very inspired by what they've done. Really, really proud of the team, and I think they can go from strength to strength from here and only get stronger. And in terms of what my time in my team, I'm always looking for other leaders that are doing great things and how they work with teams. I'm always trying to learn how I can be a better colleague, a better teammate to the people around me, how I can extract more from myself, but also from the groups that I get to work with. Because teamwork it really does make the dream work. It's a real thing, and when you have a huge group of people, there's so many different energies, and you have to be quite dynamic to be able to integrate into those different sections. But I feel like we're in a really good place. I'm in a good place with my team. There's always going to be teething issues and stuff that you always have to work on. But I'm really happy.
Thank you for that. Next.
Mara San Giorgio, Sky Sport Italy, another one for Lewis. Lewis, we are getting closer to the Monaco Grand Prix, and the rumors are starting to spread. What about you? Is everything clear? Is everything okay for you for next year?
Yep, I'm still in contract, so everything's 100% clear to me, and I'm still focused. I'm still motivated. I still love what I do with all my heart. And, I'm going to be here for quite some time, so get used to it. There's a lot of people that are trying to retire me, and that's not even on my thoughts. I'm already thinking of what will be next. And planning for the next 5 years. I'm still planning to be here for some time, so yeah.
Thank you.
It's Mariana Becker from TV Global. Hi Lewis, hi Valtteri, Hi. You're almost sleeping. Louis, I was going to ask you something else, but I'm curious, why did you choose Canada to bring your mother? It was her choice. And how does it change for you in a weekend having your mother around?
Yeah, I've been trying to get my mum to come on the road for a while, and she hasn't wanted to travel the last couple of years. So she's only come to Silverstone for like the last God knows how many years. And I tried to get her out of her comfort zone last year and bring her to Canada. I wanted to take her to Lake Louise and so many beautiful places in Canada to visit, and excuses kept coming up. And so she promised me end of the year, she said next year is the year I'm going to travel with you. So we did China together, which was honestly the best time we'd ever had together. And then she asked me if she could come to Montreal, and I was like, absolutely. But I think also because it is a really great city to come to. It's really good restaurants here. There's such a buzz in town. And I was like, do you want to bring a friend? And she's like, no, I just want to come spend time with you. So, we have just a great time. She's really my best friend. So I'm really grateful that she's taken the time to come and be here. I think probably the energy, it's always, it definitely makes a difference to your weekend when you have support from your family, and the fact that we're on the road all the time and you don't always get to see your family, it's really, really nice to then have that, and also to get to when she came to China, I got to show her all the team. She loved being around the team. She felt really integrated with the team, and they made her feel so welcome. So, and she loved being around Italians, and the food was great. So yeah. So I'm excited for her to be here, and fingers crossed she'll come tomorrow.
Thank you. Next.
Sam Johnston, Sky Sports. Question for Valtteri. You obviously worked quite closely with Kimi Antonelli last year. I was just interested to hear kind of what specifically you worked on with him as you in your role as a mentor, and have you seen much of that, what you worked on in his success early this season?
Yeah, first of all, I take all the credit, of course, for his success. I think it's just a fact. No, I mean, it's been great to see. I was always had a feeling that he can make a good step after his first year over the winter. And that's what he's done. He's grown a lot in a short period of time. He seems much more confident, much more comfortable with the team, with the car. But yeah, just, the latest advice I gave him end of last year is just keep doing what you're doing, because he was making great progress. He was getting more confidence in driving, but also his technical feedback. So I think it seems like he's been just chipping away, just ticking boxes. He's still so young, so early on in his career, and doing extremely well. So yeah, I'm really, really proud of him.